We have Live Tracker 3 showing us conditions in the valley, what you should know before hitting the roads. Good morning, I'm Leticia Ordaz on this weather alert day for this Sunday. Lots of wet weather in our area. Let's take a live look at Sacramento, and this weather system is bringing rain, wind and snow to the Sierra this morning, which is why this is a KCRA 3 weather alert day. We are bringing you team coverage this morning, tracking the system as it hits Northern California. Meteorologist Tamara Berg is in Yolo County giving us an exclusive look at the road conditions this morning on Live Tracker 3. But first, let's go to meteorologist Heather Waldman.
Yeah, Leticia, we've already had quite a bit of rainfall since midnight last night. I want to show you what the totals are up to as of the top of the hour. 0.6 of an inch of rain in Sacramento, over an inch though from Clear Lake into Vacaville. Vacaville up over 1.5 inches, tacking on about another 1/4 of an inch in the past hour. Also more than an inch of rain in San Francisco. Less rainfall into Stockton and Modesto, but Modesto right now getting into one of those heavier rain bands. We'll be watching for that number to go up over the next couple of hours. Right now, a little bit of a gap in the wet weather moving right through the Central Valley. At least that's where the rain is a bit lighter, but the rain is widespread and it's soaking this morning. Here's that heavier rain I mentioned for Modesto. Good little cell just moved through in the last 15 minutes or so. That's continuing to quickly move along to the east, so that is good. Well, we may get a brief downpour. At least it's not lingering and continuing to drop more of that heavy rain. San Andreas, Ione right now into some light rainfall. It's starting to get a little breezy into these foothills communities. As you head farther to the north, wind a little bit more subdued for the time being, but we do have light rain from Cameron Park up to Lincoln, Roseville in some light rain right now as well. Rain is steadier for the west side of the Sacramento Valley. Yuba City kind of right on the line between where the rain is light and where it picks up just a little bit. Also some steady rain as you go into Colusa County. Colusa, Arbuckle into some of that heavier rain, and notice as you go westward up the hill into the Coast Range, yeah, you're going to run into some steady snow. This is a live look right now at the radar showing Interstate 80. That's where meteorologist Tamara Berg is headed in Live Tracker 3. We've heard some issues with some spinouts along the causeway where there may be some standing water. So Tamara, where are you right now and what's it looking like?
Heather, we just got to the causeway and I just saw the 2 accidents that Caltrans and CHP have been talking about, especially the CHP page. We had a car that went into the side panel. Let me actually take you to the rooftop cam to give you a better perspective. I am not seeing in particular the roadway flooding that they were talking about. We are looking for that right now, but let's go kind of pan out here with the rooftop camera, give you an idea of the causeway. So you can definitely see we're on the Yolo Causeway. I can report that there have been some spinouts here on the causeway, and of course they have been reporting through CHP that there have been some collisions kind of into the wall here along the causeway. I'd imagine that's just because maybe some folks hydroplaned in some of the steadier rain that we had earlier in the morning, or of course we've just had some of that standing water on the roadways. I have not seen, again, the roadway flooding in particular as I keep an eye out here. I've also been hearing of some reports of other traffic collisions, one in Sutterville on the south side of Sacramento, and then also been looking at the Woodland area in particular. So we are starting to come up and seeing a little bit more standing water here. Bear with me. I'm going to take it back out to the rooftop camera and kind of swing things around to show you just again how much water is out here on the roadways. And you're going to see a lot of signage on those digital boards alerting folks that if you don't need to be out in this storm, you know, today is really the perfect day to stay inside. And as Heather is going to keep reporting to you this morning, the winds are only expected to strengthen as we get into the afternoon and evening, and some of those gusts could be damaging. In fact, when I was along 99 just about 30 minutes ago, I did see several utility crews, power crews that were in their trucks getting positioned and ready to go in the event that we do have any damaging winds coming up in the next couple of hours. For now, reporting in Live Tracker 3, I'm Tamara Berg. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Tamara. Stay safe out there. We'll check back in with you. And PG&E says it is expecting some homes to lose power due to this storm. Let's take a live look at that outage map right now. The agency says the main areas of concern are the Sierra and Foothills communities, along with parts of Sacramento and San Joaquin counties. PG&E says they're adequately staffed to handle whatever happens.
If necessary, we will bring in crews from other areas to help local crews in the most impacted areas. That way we can get power back on more quickly.
Is keeping a close eye on the forecast today and into tomorrow so they can better predict which areas will have outages. And in Sacramento, SMUD says they have increased resources and they're also bracing for any power outages that we might have. You're taking a live look at that SMUD outage map right now, and there are no outages to report. The utility company recommends their customers check this outage map frequently.
See the cause and also when that outage might be restored. We have more staff, we have more materials on hand. Our logistics teams are really working hard to prepare for any potential outages. When it comes to restoration priorities, anything that poses a public safety threat is number one.
Check back in with meteorologist Heather Waldman tracking the situation for us today on this weather alert day. And Heather, how intense will the winds be today?
Well, later this afternoon and this evening, a good stretch of the valley and the foothills will see wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. Not much wind right now in Sacramento, but this is a live look at Stockton. Camera's glitching out every now and again, but let's see if we can stay on it here for just a second, see if we can see. The wind is starting to shake the camera around a little bit. The wind's been picking up over the past hour. Sustained right now at the Stockton Airport at 23 miles per hour. We're getting some gusts upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour there. You can see it kind of shaking behind me. It's 52 degrees at the airport where we do have some of that steady rain. Here's a closer view. Stockton right now gusting to 36 miles per hour. Riverbank and Modesto gusting between 25 and 30 miles per hour. The wind will continue to increase there for the next couple of hours, eventually reaching the 40 to 50 mile per hour range. Also seeing some breezy conditions in the East Bay. Wind expected to accelerate here too. It's an offshore breeze. We don't have a whole lot going on right now around Sacramento. The wind is light. Yeah, we've had quite a bit of rain, but for now, that's all we're talking about. It'll be later this afternoon and this evening where Sacramento, areas north and areas to the east, like here in the foothills, we'll be talking about stronger winds. You can see there Esperanza gusting to 40 miles per hour at the top of the hour here. Placerville has been a breezy spot, at least at the airport, up in a slightly higher elevation, though, so that is a little bit more wind prone. Auburn starting to pick up on some gusts between 20 and 25 miles per hour. Here's a snapshot of this model forecast at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's where the strongest winds start to spread north, so we'll be in those 40+ mile per hour gusts in Sacramento. Getting there for Rockland and Auburn as well. Closer to sunset, though, 6, 7 o'clock, that's where we see the winds potentially peaking around 50 miles per hour. At the strongest to the south of Highway 50, that's where gusts may be in that 55 mile per hour range for a couple of hours or so. So Leticia, that's where we're really concerned about that power outage potential. Winds will start to slowly back off after about 10 o'clock this evening. Back to you.
Heather, thank you so much. And Cal OES says areas along the coast and in Southern California will likely be impacted the most. The State Operations Center is now operating 24 hours to respond as needed. The Department of Water Resources is monitoring flood risks across the state and has sandbags pre-positioned in 64 locations. Officials had this message for those living in our region.
If you are in the Central Valley or the Sacramento Valley, you may notice that our flood systems become activated. What's different this year from last year is we do have full reservoirs, and those reservoirs have already started releasing floodwater to make space for incoming inflows. So you will see flood bypasses start to activate. That is the system working as intended.
Caltrans says they're ready to respond too. Caltrans is asking people to not travel unless you absolutely have to.
If you do not need to be on the roadways during the storm event, please stay home, stay safe, postpone your non-essential travel until after the storm passes.
Cal OES encourages everyone to sign up for emergency alerts. Just go to the website on your screen, calalerts.org. The emergency alert system for all 58 counties can be found there. Then you simply opt in to get alerts to your county. And in the Sierra, snow already hitting the area this morning with more on the way today. You're taking a live look at I-80 in Kingville right now. And let's go back to meteorologist Heather Waldman tracking the situation for us and when this snow could ramp up even more.
Yeah, later this afternoon and this evening, right when the wind is picking up in the valley, that's when the snow is really going to intensify in the high country. We'll have the wind up there as well. So not just the heavily falling snow, that combined with the wind is going to create whiteout conditions through the Sierra this evening into tonight. And that's why we're really discouraging people not to travel up over the hill today if you don't absolutely have to. Here's the broad view. You can see already snowing steadily. It has been for hours so far this morning, and the roads are snow covered. You saw the view from Kingville a moment ago. This is Highway 50 at Myers. Yeah, the cars are getting through the traffic circle there, but it's going to be slow going this morning. Here's a look at travel conditions as of the past half hour or so. We have chain control on I-80 from Nyack up to the Nevada state line. On 50, chain control from Kybers to Myers. 88, they're doing avalanche control, so there is a closure from Silver Lake to Kirkwood, and elsewhere on 88 in Alpine and Amador County. Yeah, you're going to need the chains there as well. Here's a look at the rain snow line. It's starting to move up the hill a little bit. That's a loop over the past hour. Blue Canyon still looking at a wet snow at this point. Along Highway 50, again, you're seeing the heavier precipitation start to move up the hill. We'll expect the snow line to start to creep a little bit higher there as well, ending up probably around 6,000 feet by the time we get to this afternoon. And on 88, yep, you can see a sign there towards the end of the loop. Snow line starting to climb up the hill there as well. So we're discouraging people from traveling in the mountains today and tonight especially. People have been asking, well, what about Monday and Tuesday? You're eager to get to the Powder, right? This is a great snowmaker for the Sierra. Monday and Tuesday is still going to be slow. We'll have steady snow through the day on Monday, definitely chain control. We will not have the wind, but Leticia, anybody trying to travel over the next few days, just plan on it being very slow. Back to you.